Middleweight bout, Ikram Aliskerov coming in at minus 435 against Warley Alves, sitting at plus 335. No over-under out yet on this one. Warley Alves stepping in for Nasruddin Imavov, who had to pull out of this fight due to visa issues. So he was a 170er. He's moving up to 185, and he's been around for a little bit of a time here. Ikram Aliskerov's second fight in the UFC. The debut looked pretty dang good against Phil Hawes, knocked him out in the first round. He's 14-1, only lost to Khamzat Chimaev, another Dagestani on the card, coming in as a big favorite. I think it's pretty warranted in this spot, considering Alves taking it on short notice. Warley Alves hasn't looked too great as of late. It almost looks like he's older than his age. At 32, it looks like he's a little bit older. He's been knocked out twice in his career, been submitted once. Last time out, lost a split decision against Nicholas Dalby, UFC 283, which should not have been a split decision. That should have been a unanimous decision. But either way, he's on back-to-back losses. Before that, got knocked out by Jeremiah Wells. Not really that many notable wins. His most notable win was Colby Covington, and that was back in 2015. Since then, I mean, he's fought Brian Barberena, Kamaru Usman. Lost to both those guys. Notable wins, not many. I mean, I'm looking at these names like, okay, maybe Sergio Moraes, Munir Lazez, not in the UFC anymore. He's not really beating these guys. So I think Aliskerov, considering the film that he does have, he looks pretty dang good. And they were going to match him all with Paulo Costa. So they know this guy's ready for the better fighters in the division. Had him up against Imavov here. Imavov is levels above Warley Alves. I think Aliskerov gets this one done pretty easily. I think he probably knocks him out or submits him within the first round or two. What are you thinking? Am I right or no?
I think you're right. I just think Warley Alves can't keep the pace that these younger guys and these up-and-comers can. I mean, even though against Dalby he had some moments early in the fight, even Dalby's not a young guy and was able to push the pace on Warley Alves and just kind of overwhelm, tire him out, and get the win that way. With Ikram, though, he can push a good pace. He can also finish you by any means that he wants. I mean, with his only loss being Khamzat Chimaev, which was, at this point, age is perfectly fine. And I was honestly hoping we'd see that rematch once Khamzat needed a new opponent. But I think he's got all the tools to do whatever he wants in this fight. I've never been too high on Warley Alves. I do think there could be chin issues here with Warley. I mean, 2 of his last 4 losses have come by knocked out, and he's been submitted by Randy Brown as well. And Ikram's a fighter who, if he finds a chin, he showed in his last fight against Phil Hawes, he'll put you out cold. And if he gets you to the ground or he uses his wrestling, he can submit you there in any way too. Kimura, rear naked choke. I mean, he's got him on his record. So, yeah, this one's pretty cut and dry to me. Not near as exciting as Nasruddin Imavov would have been. If Warley comes in here and wins, it's going to be in the first round. If it gets past the first round, this is Ikram doing whatever he wants his whole entire fight. And probably he's going to do that in the first round too, if I'm being honest. I like Ikram. I picked against him in his last fight, and he proved me wrong. And, I think he comes in here. This is a lesser opponent. And, I think he gets this one pretty easily. And it's going to be fun to watch because he's another guy, too, you look up in a year and a half, 2 years, and he could be fighting with guys like Khamzat Chimaev and other guys at the top of the division. So it's an interesting one.
Yeah. Warley is pretty dangerous in that first round. So if you like him, I'd probably take him first round because he does have that nasty guillotine and he's got some power in his hands. So dangerous in the first round. I expect Ikram to, try to probably play it slow, not overextend himself on anything too crazy. Be cautious of the takedowns with that guillotine and maybe find a round 2 finish. But if not, I think he gets it done in round 1.